last season's main man is starting to warm to the task this year. Cristiano Ronaldo's pair against West Ham, an ominous sign for the rest, as Sir Alex looks to put Hull in their place today. A moment of inspiration helped Chelsea on their winning way against Hull on Wednesday night, but today the stakes get higher for Phil Brown. Mind you, Hull have bounced back before. Remember what they did last time they lost at home? A win at Arsenal, surely not again. Welcome to Old Trafford. There really is something of a carnival atmosphere in the air today with the visit of Hull City to the home of the champions. Hull have negotiated some tricky trips so far. Wins at Arsenal, at Spurs. They hosted, of course, Chelsea midweek and suffered their first defeat in some 5 Premier League matches. But there's something about Old Trafford, something about coming to the biggest football club stadium in the country that will finally signal to Hull City that they have arrived. Their first ever season, of course, in the top flight. That has been well documented. And their first ever Premier League visit to Old Trafford, their first league visit here for 33 years. Some not old enough to have seen anything like this, some old enough to have seen equivalent things before, but as with every week with Hull City, uncharted territory, but territory they're enjoying, and the start they've made to this season, making so many people take notice of the job that Phil Brown and his staff have done at the KC Stadium. 20 points from 10 games. What it does mean is that they can come here and they can enjoy themselves. Anything they get will be a bonus. Tougher tasks come ahead as they look to claw their way towards the magical 40-point figure. Well, they're halfway there with a quarter of the season gone.
Old Trafford is the theatre of dreams. Will you please welcome Hull City and the Premier League champions, Manchester United.
So, for the first time, Hull City stride out into uncharted territory at Old Trafford. Unfashionable, perhaps, unfancied, of course, but they've done it at Arsenal. And they look to repeat the feat here. When the fixtures came out in the early summer, it would have been the first that the Hull City supporters looked for. A trip to the theatre of dreams. And after over 100 years of history for the Tigers, throughout which they've dreamt of top-flight football, today, perhaps the afternoon that in some ways the dream becomes a reality for them. Let's have a check on the lineups then for you. Withdrawn at Everton, late substitute against West Ham. Wayne Rooney unleashed on Hull City from the start today as Sir Alex Ferguson rotates his side again. 4 changes from Wednesday night. Edwin van der Sar back after his rest, and an injury to Wes Brown sees Gary Neville start his first Premier League game for a month. Michael Carrick back in the starting 11 after his injury. It's the first time he's started since Manchester United's defeat at Anfield back in September. Hull have the luxury of naming the same side week in, week out for the last 6 games. That comes to an end here, though. A 5th yellow card of the season against West Bromwich Albion last weekend means a 1-match ban for their captain Ian Ashby, so he sits out. Brian Hughes is his replacement. It's the first Premier League start of the season for him. Giovanni is Hull City's top scorer. Manchester City's match winner against United last season returns to the city he left for Hull in the summer. And Paul McShane returns to the club where it all started for him.
24, Kamil Zayate. Number 25, Daniel Cousin. And the substitutes for Hull City today, number 8, Nick Barmby. Number 12, Matt Duke. Number 14, Richard Garfield.
Brian Hughes has hardly had a look in for Hull City this season. He has been a spectator as Ian Ashby, the captain, has guided Hull to such a magnificent start, but Hughes gets his chance, perhaps on the biggest stage of them all this afternoon. And in Ashby's absence, it's George Boateng who takes on the captain's armband.
Number 2, Gary Neville. Number 3, Patrice Evra.
Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United all in the space of a month for Hull City, but they come here undaunted as ever. Sir Alex Ferguson effusive in his praise in his programme notes of what Phil Brown has achieved at Hull. And rightly so. Hull City come to Old Trafford above Manchester United in the table. Mike Dean is our referee in charge here this afternoon.
Number 11, Ryan Giggs.
And Phil Brown, who's taken on Manchester United in his role as second in command to Sam Allardyce at Bolton. Very much the main man this afternoon.
22, Joe O'Shea.
Steve Park in there, and Brian Horton, of course, all part of the coaching setup which Sir Alex Ferguson then talks about, the successful setup which has bred success for the Tigers. What a win it was here for Manchester United on Wednesday night against West Ham. Illuminated, although he didn't get a goal, the way he set up Ronaldo's second has been replayed time and time again and will continue to be done so. It was a little piece of individual magic from the Bulgarian. So much so that people are calling it the moment he finally arrived as a Manchester United player. 2 for Cristiano Ronaldo. In that match against West Ham United, the FIFPro World Player of the Year starting to find form. 10 games in to the Barclays Premier League season then for Hull City. Over a quarter of the campaign gone, and they come to Old Trafford ahead of the champions in the Premier League table. They thought it was tough at home to Chelsea on Wednesday night. Well, it might just have got a whole lot tougher for them. Nani and Anderson looking to combine early on, and as the ball rolls out of play, we can get the first thoughts of the afternoon of the former Hull City player, Brian Marwood.
A long time ago. Yeah, I think Hull City, I was at the game the other night at the KC Stadium, and they certainly need to be a lot better defensively than they were against Phil Scolari's side. This is a big day for them. They're not just the players out there, Bill, but everybody connected with Hull City as a football club. It's been much talked about, much documented in terms of their history over the last 10 years, and this really is a crowning moment for a lot of people connected with the club.
Well, this very day 10 years ago they were rooted to the bottom of the Football League, in danger of going out of the league, indeed going out of business altogether. They are very much in business in the Premier League this season, already halfway to the magical 40-point total with a quarter of the season gone.
Well, they're giving a good account of themselves so far, and I think that's important that when you do get a result that goes against you and a poor performance, that you react quickly. Now, they did that when they got beat quite comprehensively at home against Wigan. And they're going to have to do something of the same today. They really do need to be at their very, very best.
It's a point made by Phil Brown in the week, is that the 4 consecutive league wins that they took into the match against Chelsea built on the fact that everyone was at it, all doing their jobs exactly as they needed to be doing, all excelling. And that didn't quite become the case against Big Phil Scolari's side. You know you need to have everything aligning in your way if you're going to get anything at Old Trafford. And since the opening day of the season, have Manchester United conceded at home against Newcastle United, and they've been scoring for fun. Looked mightily impressive here, although just the 2-0 scoreline didn't tell the whole story against West Ham on Wednesday.
There's one thing being at full tilt, Bill, but you can't afford to give away the goals that Hull City did the other night against Chelsea. They were cheap. They were goals that they haven't really been conceding since they come into the Premier League. They look nice and tight and solid at the back, but they look very edgy.
Neville looking for Ronaldo, who's ghosted into space, closed out by Kamil Zayati, the Ghanaian. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo. It hasn't taken him long. Inside the first 3 minutes, and Hull City trail, and Cristiano Ronaldo gets on that goal trail again.
Well, they conceded no goal against Chelsea on Wednesday night. That one was after 2 minutes. Today it's after 3. And that's exactly what Hull City didn't want. They needed to come here. They need to give themselves a base to play from. But it's a stunning strike. And it's a player that seems to be enjoying his football and certainly bang in form. There's much been made of Cristiano Ronaldo's body language over the last couple of weeks, but it looks as if it's effectively changed when you see him wheeling away. It's a sweet strike. Goalkeeper can do absolutely nothing about it. It's a good forward ball from Gary Neville. Get a little bit of good fortune there, but how Cristiano Ronaldo punished them.
It is his 250th appearance for Manchester United. That is goal number 98. All the publicity has been about Wayne Rooney getting his century of club goals. Well, Cristiano Ronaldo closing in on 100 for Manchester United now.
Well, they could do with a Giovanni special from here. He has been known to score spectacular free kicks, notably that one at Spurs. And they could do with him coming up with something here. This is a big moment.
And a perfect moment for Hull City to find some sort of response to that early setback. Giovanni, plenty of power.
Well, there's an expectancy, isn't there, about Giovanni when he steps up to take free kicks at the moment. That one was horribly wide and high. These two games are always going to be difficult, of course, for Hull City. Playing Chelsea, playing Manchester United. You know, the good thing for Phil Brown was that he sided amassed 20 points going into that game against Chelsea on Wednesday. So, not a huge amount would have been expected from Hull City. But such have been their performances this season. I think that maybe the fans' expectancy were probably a little bit higher than maybe some of the playing staff.
Anderson running into McShane, the player who started his career here at Manchester United, an FA Youth Cup winner with them back in 2003.
Well, I think when you're Manchester United, it's so important to get an early goal, Bill, because so many sides come to Old Trafford and just get a lot of bodies behind the ball and frustrate you. They drop deep. But the fact that Manchester United have got that early goal, you know, it just changes the whole outlook of this game.
Rio Ferdinand has come forward for this one. Cristiano Ronaldo viciously delivered. Turner can just about get it away. Now Giovanni. Possession stolen for Manchester United by Nani. Ronaldo now, Wayne Rooney. Ominous signs for Hull City. Manchester United clicking into gear early on.
There's such a fluency about Sir Alex Ferguson's side at the moment. Disappointment, of course, or slight disappointment, if you can call it that, a draw away at Everton last weekend, but bounced back with a comprehensive victory against West Ham.
Nani can collect and get the better of McShane. Rooney made his dash at the near post.
Well, he's getting better and better, Nani. He was a little bit inconsistent when he first came to Old Trafford, but you can see now a greater maturity about his performances.
And he was critical, Sir Alex Ferguson, of his side's performance in the second half here on Wednesday night, taking their foot off the gas. And that elicit the sort of response which you'll see them go on and score goal after goal here this afternoon. Certainly they've made exactly the start they'd want to get that out of their system.
It's a bit late with the challenge, wasn't he, Brian Hughes? No real damage done. Gary Neville got up, got on with things very quickly, as you'd expect him to do.
And it now falls to Hull City to work out, if they are to get something here, how to breach a defence that hadn't conceded a goal here since the first day of this season. Manchester United keeping up their Premier League record of scoring in every game since the start of last here at Old Trafford. We want to look on the positive side for Hull. A couple of their wins this season have come from losing positions.
That's a good challenge from Patrice Evra. Marlon King really did outmuscle Nemanja Vidic, and it's not often you say something like that. Vidic is normally very powerful when he's up against centre forwards, but you know, King just brushed him aside quite comfortably.
Dean Marney. McShane getting forward. Everett getting there ahead of him. Could leave gaps at the back for Hull. Nani expansive, looking for Ronaldo. Both he and Zayaty missed it. Now Andy Dawson for Hull. To Bo Ismail, the two players in this Hull side who have been with them on the journey from the bottom division of league football to the top. Boateng looking for Kuzan.
Another good piece of defending from Evra. You know, Vidic, that's on two occasions now where he's had a few problems dealing with the Hull City front two.
Berbatov, a delicious piece of skill for him to open things up for Manchester United and for Nani. Rooney and Ronaldo wait in the middle. Nani, what a good cross, away by Zayaty.
What about the skill from Berbatov? He just went past George Boateng so easily with an audacious little flick, and then set Nani on his way on this left-hand side. But Manchester United really have started the game well. A good fluency to their play. It really was of the highest quality. Really seems to be enjoying his football now, doesn't he? Dimitar Berbatov, big stage for him. This is, once again, Nani just running at Paul McShane. He's had a few problems, the Hull City fullback, dealing with Nani so far. Good header from Zayaty. Him and Turner are really going to have to be at full tilt to deal with the attacking prowess of Manchester United.
McShane now. Boateng. Hughes. Dawson. Zayaty's been a fixture in the Hull defence since the injury to Anthony Gardner. More bad news on that this week with the fact that he'll be out for a little bit longer. Still, Hull City come there with a pretty good defensive record despite shipping 3 against Chelsea at home on Wednesday night. 3 clean sheets in their last 4 games. Didn't last long here though, did it? Cristiano Ronaldo's 3rd goal in 2 games here in the space of 4 days. And you get the feeling he's not finished yet. Lovely flick from him. Berbatov, Rooney, the big 3 combine up there. Goodness me, what a handful for any defence.
Oh, such good movement in this Manchester United side. I mean, they all rotate, get themselves into good positions where they can get space. Clever little 1-2s in and around the box, so difficult to defend against.
Dawson, in ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Giovanni. Boateng. McShane on his heels, and Boateng hoping that he was going to be a little bit more proactive.
Yeah, just encouraging McShane to try and exploit a little bit of space in behind Nani. Just need to keep the ball better, don't they? Hull City. Phil Brown will know that, because he knows that when Man United do get the ball, so much quality in Sir Alex Ferguson's side. Punished them already.
One goal conceded for Manchester United in their last 7 games. 18 scored in that time now. Carrick. Welcome return for him. Got a little bit of football, 20 minutes or so under his belt against West Ham. Rooney and Ronaldo combining again. Just came up off an arm there, I think. Shoulder, says Ronaldo.
Absolutely adamant that it wasn't a handball. So referee, I think, gets a very good look at it, right next to it.
Here's Kuzan, City's record signing. Giovanni has this good goal-scoring pedigree against Manchester United, of course. Marney, angled up towards Marlon King.
There was a bit going on, wasn't there, between King and Gary Neville, the Manchester United skipper. King just trying to back in to Neville. And King feels that maybe Neville had his arms around him. Well, I think they're both at it, really.
Carrick provide the ammunition for that awesome front line that Manchester United can call on. Rooney's strength takes him away from Zayati. Ronaldo and Berbatov closing in. Nani's in the middle already. Manchester United get the corner.
That was good work initially from Michael Carrick, really searching ball, looking for Wayne Rooney, just running in behind Zayati. And certainly good to see Michael Carrick back playing again. Missed a few games already this season through injury.
Nani comes short. Return for Michael Carrick. Hull haven't picked that one up. Look at it in pure black and white terms. It's two clubs putting unbeaten records on the line here today. Hull City unbeaten away from home so far this season. Manchester United yet to be beaten on home turf this year.
Certainly could have done with their skipper in the side, Ian Ashby. Had a huge impact on Hull City's fortunes over the last few years. Such an inspirational leader for them. Keeps it very simple in midfield, but one thing about Ashby is that he just seems to have an impact and an effect on players around him.
He'll be feeling it as keenly as anyone, the absence here. If there was one game he didn't want to miss, this is probably it. Anderson in that central midfield area for Manchester United. Doing well, finding Carrick. Now Nani, who's gone across to the right, trying to find Berbatov. Zayati with an important interception.
That's a good read from Zayati. Once again, though, the spacing behind him, and that's what Manchester United are trying to exploit. This occasion it was Berbatov. We've seen it already from Rooney.
Rooney finding space away from Zayati. Wayne Rooney!
Oh, terrific ability, really. He had no right to get a shot on goal there. It looked nice and tight in terms of the way Hull City were defending here. Zayati really doesn't get close enough to Wayne Rooney. Great first touch that shifts the ball onto his left foot. Maybe bitterly disappointed in the form that he's shown over the last month or so, that he hasn't hit the target at least from there. He really seems to be enjoying his football of late.
Razor sharp. Here goes Marlon King. He has got the pace to ask questions of the Manchester United defence.
Well, the front two of Hull City are powerful and they're quick. And they do put defenders under pressure. I've seen them enough times this season to know that if you can keep them interested in the game, they will cause the opposition problems. I just wonder how many chances they are going to get, though.
And they've got four in the centre here if they can work the cross. Kuzan contesting with Rio Ferdinand. And now this is where Manchester United can be so dangerous. Rooney, little flick looking for Ronaldo, read by Turner. Boateng tidies up in front of his backline, who were a little panicked by the presence of red shirts. Marlon King. All his goals for Hull City have come away from home. Marnie.
That's where they need to do better. I mean, Dean Barney just given the ball away there, and this is a problem. You know, Manchester United are so quick at counter-attack. It's very difficult to deal with that.
Cavani and Anderson. All smiles after that little tussle. It was Cavani, you might remember, who got the winner for Manchester City in the derby at Eastlands last season. Also, he was in the Benfica side and scored when Manchester United were knocked out of the Champions League before Christmas 3 years ago. He has pedigree of upsetting the mighty Red Devils. If Hull City are to get anything here after that early blow, Cristiano Ronaldo's goal, they're going to do what they will need to do what they did at the Emirates, and that's come from behind.
One or two of the Hull City players just had a little bit of a pop at Giovanni. He really needs to keep the ball better than that. He's more than capable.
Another chance to use it a little better, Giovanni. And he's found McShane. Carrick. Outstrides Turner.
Well, it's all very tight there. You'd see Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney and Dimitar Berbatov really just in a radius of around about 5 or 10 yards. And I think when Manchester United started the game brightly, they were playing with good width, and it really was stretching Hull City. And now they've gone quite narrow. It's easier to defend against.
Marnie might just provide some width for them. And he was caught late by Turner. The yellow card for a player who has really risen to the Premier League challenge with Hull this season.
It's an easy one for the referee as well to give. Turner was very quick to try and get about Nani, and it's a clumsy challenge. Nani certainly was on his way there. In behind, you see Rooney linking up.
Nani's up, I'm sure he'll soon be running again for Manchester United. Turner now walking the tightrope. McShane. Marnie. Kuza. Needs to wait for a little bit of support. There's a run outside him from Dawson. Hull creating problems for themselves. Boateng, a calming influence in
that.
They
just look edgy, don't they, when they've got possession of the football. They don't really look that calm and composed. Well, this is an opportunity now, Bill. You know, they're decent from set pieces, particularly Turner and Zayate. Vidic isn't particularly pleased with the referee there. You see he's got hold of Marlon King's shirt. I mean, it's just a daft free kick to give away there. This is probably going to be Hull's best opportunity from set pieces if they get on the score sheet this afternoon.
Well, Turner has a couple from set pieces in recent weeks. Everton and West Bromwich Albion can attest to that. Dawson flicks it in, and a glancing blow. Daniel Kuza, just as he did at the Emirates, has scored at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Hull City 1.
A moment to savour for everybody connected with Hull City. And Daniel Kuza is getting the plaudits. That's exactly what I said beforehand. Vidic gave a cheap free kick away, pulling the shirt of Marlon King. You can't afford to give set pieces away against Hull City because they're well drilled, they know exactly what they're doing. They tend to have a good delivery, as Dawson has just shown there. And Kuzan gets himself across the front of Patrice Evra and just nudges a header back towards the far post, and Edwin van der Sar can't get anywhere near it. Absolutely no chance of stopping that.
Hull City, who have already got 7 points this season of the 20 that they have amassed from losing situations, level things up here. Is that just going to sting the champions into life? We'll wait and see. Here comes a cross from Neville, a leap from Ronaldo, an interception by McShane.
Well, I did feel when Manchester United got that early goal, they'd just taken their foot off the gas, something that their manager wasn't particularly happy about on Wednesday night against West Ham. They just got punished now.
The Manchester United captain finds Wayne Rooney. Rio Ferdinand, Gary Neville, Nani. McShane could and should be able to deal with this, but he has presented it to Cristiano Ronaldo. And just too hot to handle.
Even Paul McShane can have a little laugh about it. Wonderful footwork from Cristiano Ronaldo. And Paul McShane just got himself in a real pickle against the young Portuguese winger. Well, United will be looking for a very quick response.
Hull City showed how to do it from a situation similar to this. Now it's Manchester United's turn. Vidic and Ferdinand forward from the back. Carrick with some height in there too. Berbatov and Ronaldo so good in the air as well. Nani too delivers. Ayati there to meet it.
I never think Manchester United are prolific actually from corners and free kicks. Bill, certainly in those wide positions with free kicks. I think that we've seen that Cristiano Ronaldo has scored many goals around the box when you got those shooting opportunities. I just think that with the likes of Vidic and Rio Ferdinand, Dimitar Berbatov, Cristiano Ronaldo on your side, you do get the feeling that he probably should score more goals from corners and free kicks in wide areas.
I suppose you look at the Premier League goal tally of the centre-halves to tell the story of that, and over a year since Vidic has scored in the Premier League. It's January this year for Rio Ferdinand. Compare that to Turner, who's got a couple in recent weeks for Hull City. He's too keen to get on with things there, Hull.
Well, it was good thinking, wasn't it? Free kick given away by Nani. He was disappointed again with the referee's decision. Well, Vidic may well moan about the free kick that was given against him. I'm sure when he sees it again and his manager sees it again, he'll be asking a few questions as to why he got hold of Marlon King's shirt.
Well, 1-1 the scoreline when Hull got their only league point at Old Trafford. That came back in March 1924. That one by Daniel Cousin, their first league goal here for 75 years. That came in 1933. You see the rarity of what we've witnessed. Tigers again living up to their name. As well as levelling the scores, it's breathed new assurance, or perhaps old assurance into Hull. They are able to do the things that they've been doing well all season. But start settling anyway.
Just get the feeling there's one or two doubts creeping into the minds of these Manchester United players at the moment. They know they're not getting things their own way. A lot of credit though to Phil Brown's side. Really did respond well after conceding that early goal.
McShane. Given away to Rooney. He can't use it. He'll still try and win it back. Well, what a let-off that was for Giovanni.
Well, Wayne Rooney has struggled a little bit so far in this game. Touch hasn't been quite right. It's unusual for him.
The flick from King goes to ground. Maybe a little touch from Vidic, I'm not sure. It's a strong enough one to get quite the reaction, but free kick nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a dramatic fall to the ground, but once again though, Vidic has struggled to deal with Marlon King. Talked already, you know, the front two, King, Cousin, they're powerful, they really do work hard against centre-backs. Put a lot into their game. I'll tell you what, it's terrific, you know, when you know you've got two players in your side, you can knock a ball forward and they'll work hard to keep it or put people under pressure. And it does take, you know, a lot away from the rest of the side in terms of that little bit of pressure.
McShane angled up towards Cousin. Rio Ferdinand able to glance it. Dawson. King. Giovanni on hand. Vidic stoops and clears. Rooney. Berbatov. Shakes off Boateng. Finds Michael Carrick. Carrick for Manchester United. 2-1. Michael Carrick seals his return with a goal.
Well, that's the problem. When you try and get at Manchester United and you lose possession, as Hull City did there, you really have to get back and defend in great numbers. Unfortunately, they got caught out here. That's when it broke. It's a good ball from Vidic, spots Wayne Rooney, and then just see how many red shirts are breaking forward here. Good run from Nani because he takes McShane away, but they get another slice of good fortune. Similar to the first goal, in off the post, and once again the goalkeeper, Boaz Mile, can do absolutely nothing whatsoever to keep it out. Well, Berbatov shows good composure because he just waits until Nani had made his run across the face of those Hull City defenders, allowing Carrick some room through the legs of McShane.
For just around 7 minutes they were level. For 3 minutes at the start of the match as well. And now Hull City with work to do again. Manchester United will feel that it's normal service resumed, and they've weathered on their own high standards a slightly sticky patch. Berbatov makes it look so easy. He's found Ronaldo in space. Cristiano Ronaldo thundered it into Mile.
Wayne Rooney's furious. He felt that that ball should have come towards him. I suppose that you wouldn't deny Cristiano Ronaldo the amount of goals that he's scored as a Manchester United player. He probably feels that the angle wasn't that much against him not to try a shot on goal. I'm not sure where Andy Dawson was when Ronaldo made that break over on the Manchester United right-hand side. Nowhere to be seen. The left back.
Giovanni trying to hold off Berbatov, who fouled the Brazilian. Vidic has a look up, sees Marnie charging down. A free kick against Marlon King, backing into Patrice Evra.
It's a lightning break again from Manchester United. I actually think that Cristiano Ronaldo probably does need to take that shot on because the angle isn't that narrow and difficult for him. I think where he got it wrong though, he needed to get that ball back across the far post. Instead it was straight at the goalkeeper.
And after 3 consecutive clean sheets, Hull City now conceded 5 in their last 2. Albeit against the best 2 in the business, the 2 who contested the European Cup in Moscow in May. Zayati. Really charging around. King. Ronaldo, Rooney. King, Boateng. Well won by Kuzai. Here comes Giovanni.
He's unfortunate there. Really was unlucky. Good link-up play though between King and Giovanni.
Manchester United try some link-up play themselves. Wayne Rooney, perfect for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, he's unlucky, just a little bit too much on the pass. But once again, when Manchester United go forward, they do it really with so much positive thinking, so much quality.
And they do it with 2 young men, Rooney and Ronaldo, both approaching the peak of their powers. Rooney 9 goals in his last 9 games for club and country. Cristiano Ronaldo starting to score with the frightening regularity that he did last season, on his way to 42 goals. His manager saying it's not a feat that's beyond him, repeating it this season. What a lovely flick that is by Ronaldo, and Gary Neville with the run from fullback.
Well, they really are enjoying their football at the moment, aren't they, these Manchester United players? Just wonderful movement and quality again. Just have a look at the pass from Cristiano Ronaldo. Don't watch the eyes. Dawson did well. He came across and covered the run of Gary Neville.
Just as Anderson does for Dean Marney.
Such a powerful boy. Anderson really is strong and determined and holds people off really well. They really are linking up brilliantly, aren't they? Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, Berbatov in the mix as well. Nani on this left-hand side.
Tracked by McShane. Rooney wants it early. Rooney tries to chip it up and it's deflected to comparative safety for Hull City. The visitors can't hold on to it. Anderson.
There's just a better determination there about Manchester United. Felt that they got a little bit sloppy after they scored their first goal. Just got a little gentle reminder that equaliser by Kuzan. I think normal service has been resumed.
Rio Ferdinand couldn't see an option, so he took it on himself. Here he is, Ferdinand, collecting from Berbatov. Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, he shouldn't have been able to win it back from Turner, but he did.
Well, Zayati, his defensive partner, got him out of trouble there. They really are rocking and on the back foot at the moment, Hull City.
And the red tide continues to come at them. Rooney. Nani, one to attack at the far post, and Dawson.
That's amazing that Gary Neville isn't at the far post as well. He's trying to help himself to a goal. Such is the dominance now of the home team. It's a good searching ball from Nani.
Inside the last 10 minutes of the first half, Manchester United leading 2-1, Hull City creaking. Damage limitation for them at the moment. Manchester United come at them from all angles with all personnel. Carrick. Nani.
Well, again, Wayne Rooney absolutely furious. Earlier it was just Cristiano Ronaldo. This time it was Nani. He felt that he should have had a ball to his feet on the edge of the box. Just look at Rooney screaming for the ball from Nani, and once again just a furious reaction. Yeah, this is another opportunity that came the way of Cristiano Ronaldo. Good block by Zati. Turner didn't defend particularly well there at the near post.
Just need to find a way, Hull, to try and sort of stem the flow of this one-way traffic. Trying to do an awful lot of defending. We warned after the midweek game against West Ham about the dangers of complacency. This warning not quite heeded by his side at one point today, as they allowed Hull City back into it, but are doing their best to get the goal to knock them out of it before half-time. Ronaldo again giving it the eyes, and again getting another chance. Rooney trying to find Berbatov. Giovanni. Boateng. Anderson, powerful run. And the odds just favoured Hull City.
He just went for the wrong option there, Anderson. Travelled round about 25 yards with the ball and went past about probably 4 or 5 Hull City players.
Kuzat.
Slightly ambitious, you'd say, wouldn't you? He obviously feeling a little bit of confidence after scoring that goal. But Phil Brown will be a little bit frustrated, but he also knows that he needs to put it into perspective. Always going to be difficult coming here to Old Trafford. It's just about his players making the right decisions at the right time, and having got themselves on level terms, really disappointed that they couldn't quite see it through till half-time.
Wayne Rooney offside.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure. That little flick, I wasn't convinced that he was in an offside position. Be interested to see it again, but when that flick came from Berbatov, you can see here that that's a very, very marginal decision. Probably just in behind Zayatic. Hasn't been his half so far, has it, Wayne Rooney? A little bit off the pace.
Still get the feeling that it could well be his day, though. Been on 99 for a couple of weeks now. Hughes goes for the volley.
He's had so many great performances of late, then you can certainly excuse maybe one or two occasions where his touch isn't quite there, Wayne Rooney.
Here he is on the ball now, finding Neville. Ronaldo. Berbatov makes a darting run in the middle. Rooney makes a nuisance of himself. McShane finds it awkward to clear, and Rooney puts it over the bar.
Probably should have done better there, actually. Nani did really well against McShane. I think Wayne Rooney, you can see by his reaction, that was a good opportunity that came his way. We're very close to getting on the first delivery in from the right-hand side by Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe he thought that he was going to get challenged there, and just probably took his eye off the ball a little bit, but he'll be disappointed not to have hit the target.
An acrobatic landing by Patrice Evra. He's okay.
It's definitely 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, I think.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Anderson for Rooney. Nani. Evra tanking forward on the outside. Dimitar Berbatov. Zayatic can get it clear. Now Boateng. And Hull have dealt with that threat well. Dawson looking to pick out Marlon King, and indirectly he's done just that. King to turn provider, Ferdinand to clear.
That's a decent ball in from Marlon King. The problem is that Hull City couldn't get enough players forward to join Kuzan.
Berbatov now. Boateng trying to stick with him. And just advantage played by Mike Dean. Wayne Rooney almost too strong for Dawson.
Well, he's claiming he should have had a penalty, Wayne Rooney. You see there his reaction. He feels that Dawson caught him here. We'll get a better look at it. Well, I think maybe if Wayne Rooney had gone down when the tackle was made rather than probably had cut the strides, he might have got something out of it.
Mike Dean has given penalties for Manchester United on his last 3 visits to Old Trafford. Not yet. Oh, Ronaldo! Cristiano Ronaldo extends Manchester United's lead and extends his golden scoring patch. It is now 3-1 to the champions.
Well, I said earlier, I thought Manchester United should score more goals like this, because I think they've got 3 or 4 good headers of the ball. That's a terrific ball from Nani, just puts it right in the spot, but Hull City have got 4 defenders in that area of the field. And Cristiano Ronaldo is very good. I actually think the last touch has probably come off Paul McShane. I don't think he denied Cristiano Ronaldo the goal, but that hits the side of Paul McShane's head. and the goalkeeper gets a hand to it, but he can't keep it out.
Well, he said Cristiano Ronaldo could get to 42 goals this season. He knows better than most. It's 4 in his last 2 here.
Well, there's always going to be a little bit of time taken for him to get his fitness back. You know, he missed a lot of pre-season.
McShane. Well, his header just drifts harmlessly wide. Isn't a bad chance.
It's a decent chance. It was a good ball in from this right-hand side. Once again, Manchester United not looking comfortable. And, balls like that have gone into the box. Well, he knows he's been around long enough that when you come to Manchester United, you need to be able to defend better than what his side have done at times today, and also not concede at crucial times. And that's a goal conceded right at the start of the first half, and then of course right at the end of the first half.
Rooney. Boateng away. Importantly so, that slide in there to stop it getting to Michael Carrick. He must have been sizing up his second of the afternoon. 2 minutes of added time.
2 minutes of added time.
Paul McShane for Hull City. Dawson. Ferdinand copes with it, more than copes with it. Good distance on the header. Hughes. This is Rooney. Now Berbatov. Off goes Cristiano Ronaldo. Gliding mazy run, and Berbatov is confused as the Hull defenders by it.
Vidic at times has been very clumsy.
Advantage played by Mike Dean. Here's Marnie. McShane deflected off Patrice Evra. Berbatov has given it away. Now Giovanni. Ferdinand steps out to deal with him and does just that.
Yeah, good defending. Got all his experience, Rio Ferdinand.
Marlon King. City seeing a little bit of the ball in the added time at the end of this first half, but it has been Manchester United's 45 minutes. It's been Cristiano Ronaldo's 45 minutes. 2 more goals for him as he continues his return to the heights he set last season. And Michael Carrick, his first goal of the season, means that Manchester United are in command, even though Hull City did bite back and were level at 1-1 at one point. Daniel Cousin's goal. But it is Phil Brown who stares into the abyss as Hull trail at Old Trafford by 3-1. Welcome back to Old Trafford. Plenty of work to do for Hull City if they are to contemplate any sort of return from their first ever Premier League visit to Manchester United. Their first league visit here for 33 years. 3 goals conceded. He's smiling, but inside he will know that that late blow, Cristiano Ronaldo's header, a little deflection of Paul McShane, has probably taken away the game from them. And Sir Alex now closes in on his 400th Premier League win as Manchester United manager. Should Manchester United preserve this scoreline or improve on it, it'll take them above Hull City in the table, still with a game in hand. Manchester United's recovery after a slightly stuttery start to the season will continue to gather pace. There's a nice little sideshow here. We now have Cristiano Ronaldo on 99 goals for Manchester United, courtesy of his pair in the first half. We also have Wayne Rooney, one away from a century of club goals. Here is Rooney. A week ago, Manchester United, partly through Everton's approach to the game and their own failure to kill it off in the first half, allowed Everton back into the match here against West Ham. The side in red were criticised by their own manager for not seeing the job through in the style that he thought they could and should have done. What sort of performance will we see here? What sort of approach from the home side in the second half? Cousin, whose goal gave Hull City brief hope. Faint, very faint hope is all you can say they have of getting anything here, it has to be said, but they'll still want to come away from here with something in terms of positives from the second half performance, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's about your pride, it's about your passion, and making sure that you stick together as a group. I think that one thing that has impressed me a lot about this Hull City squad, and not just the team but the squad, is a real togetherness. And I think that they need to maintain that. This is tough at the moment. They found it tough on Wednesday against Chelsea. That's been difficult at times for them today.
Ronaldo. Still going, Berbatov now. Nani. Rooney waits in the middle. Evra. It's a free kick. King's challenge.
Yeah, he gave it for the first one, didn't he? Just thought whether Patrice Evra had decent possession of the ball, Mike Dean, but an opportunity for Manchester United just to get on with things in an attacking sense. Certainly could be more goals for them here, you feel. An important thing for Hull City is they don't get too stretched again, as they did for around about 25 minutes of the first half.
Anderson. Ronaldo. Marnie it is who comes away with it for Hull, and Giovanni. Marnie looking for the movement from King. A commanding defence by Rio Ferdinand.
Rio Ferdinand's fancied himself more as an attacker than a defender today. Quite comfortable, as you would expect, when he steps out of that back four.
Rooney. It's a useful looking cutback. Turner there, but Dimitar Berbatov for Manchester United. And very nearly they used the woodwork again to get another goal, but that one just wide.
Well, it must have scraped the paintwork there. Great thinking from Wayne Rooney initially to get the ball from the throw-in. It's a cut back very nearly into the path of Dimitar Berbatov, and that's got to be a matter of an inch or so away from Manchester United's fourth goal. A little bit of good fortune there.
Still just the one Premier League goal for Dimitar Berbatov. Came here against West Bromwich Albion, another of the promoted sides. Giovanni. Cousin. Fouled by Anderson. Here we have another set-piece opportunity for Hull City.
He was certainly stumbling quite a bit there, Cousin, just trying to show a little bit of quality on the edge of the box. I think he takes a slip, actually, and Anderson's just trying to win the ball back. Well, they're going to have to be watchful. Sort of a couple of chances that Giovanni has had from long distance, haven't got anywhere near the goal. Gudua is coming up with something special now.
Giovanni for Hull City in front of the Stretford end. Watched wide, guided wide by Edwin van der Sar.
They feel they should have had a corner. Hull City had 3 or 4 Hull City players just running to the referee. Looks as if there's a flick there off Berbatov.
Slightly perplexed look rather on the face of Giovanni. Anderson, Berbatov, Rooney. He'll get there ahead of Turner. Nani in the middle, so too Cristiano Ronaldo. Zayati away. Kuzan. Boateng. Dawson. Mane. In comes Giovanni. Just eased out of any sort of threat by Gary Neville.
Just using all his experience, Gary Neville. Just made sure that Giovanni wasn't going to go and win that header. Well, they started reasonably well, Hull City, this second half. Quite easy for them to crumble. 3-1 down, playing against the champions of England and of Europe, of course. And this is a good test for Phil Brown's side today.
Funny, isn't it, how the fixtures crop up for them, playing the 2 Champions League finalists in the space of 4 days. No disgrace to be comfortably beaten by both, which is what more likely than not is going to happen. But it's not really about that, is it? It's about Bolton, Manchester City, Portsmouth, Stoke, their next 4 games, Hull City. For Manchester United, it's about putting this one to bed nice and early, which they are well in the process of doing, and concentrating on Celtic in the Champions League next week, and a trip to the Emirates Stadium next weekend. It's also for Sir Alex Ferguson about juggling the squad with so many players keen to play.
Well, it's a quality bench again today. Giggs, Park, Raphael, the youngster, who's made a big impression, John O'Shea, Darren Fletcher, Carlos Tevez, of course, who will be a little bit frustrated. He hasn't seen much of first-team action over the last few weeks.
Neville. Evra. Carrick. He's picked out Evra perfectly. Turner saw it come off him, but only as far as Dimitar Berbatov. He's found Ronaldo!
Should have scored. Really should have scored, Cristiano Ronaldo. Strikes it well enough, but just drags it wide of the goal. But once again, Manchester United, once they attack this Hull City side, you know, they're finding so much space and room, and they're all want a part of it. You see Patrice Evra right in the thick of the action there.
"99 goals, Cristiano Ronaldo for Manchester United. 250th appearance for the club this afternoon. And look at the fact now he has 37 goals in his last 33 Premier League starts.
So difficult to mark though, Bill. You know, he just runs across the front line, you know, so he doesn't stay as a natural winger. He's always looking to get himself into space in the final third where he can give the opposition problems. Here's another example. Comes deep, comes inside. So difficult to pick up.
Giovanni trying to cause problems himself. Good direct running, brings another free kick for Hull.
Well, just a coming together, but I think this, as I said in the first half, This is probably Hull City's best opportunity to get back into this game from set pieces.
Giovanni, Dawson providing the width. Giovanni with the cross, Ferdinand with the clearance. Now, this is danger. This is Ronaldo. 4 red shirts against 3 for Hull City. Ronaldo, Dimitar Berbatov, and somehow they managed to contain the awesome-looking Manchester United threat.
Well, there wasn't great claims, was it, from Berbatov for a penalty there? But I just couldn't believe Hull City have the opportunity to get the likes of Turner and Zayati forward from a free kick, play a short one, lose possession, and then they're having to defend.
Berbatov. Anderson. He's found a way through to Cristiano Ronaldo on 99 goals for Manchester United, and it'll stay that way for now.
Well, he's had 2 very good chances in this second half, and that was the best one. I wasn't sure what Zayati was doing in the first place, but he did recover himself well. You can see he steps up there, and the 2 fullbacks are about 3 or 4 yards behind him. But to be fair to him, he got himself back into a covering position.
Nani, Rooney, Ferdinand. And having used his strength to win the ball, and rolled it out of play, Hughes. So a corner for Hull City to deal with.
Well, but a couple of very good opportunities, Manchester United, to really increase their lead here. And certainly rack up the goal difference.
Rooney to deliver, just over Ferdinand, but Nemanja Vidic makes it, and Manchester United have 4.
Another set piece. And I have to say, I think again this is poor defending. Not just at the front post where Rio Ferdinand tries to flick the ball, but also where Vidic gets himself in. You see, no one goes to track the run. Zayati's slow to deal with Vidic just coming across the face of him. And the goalkeeper, Bo Ismail, has every right to question some of the defending that's going on in front of him. Up to the last 2 games, I think Hull City as a team have defended well. But against Chelsea and against Manchester United, they have lacked concentration in vital areas.
Well, if it wasn't beyond Hull City before, it certainly is now. Carrick already getting his first goal of the season this afternoon, and Nemanja Vidic with his first since September 2007 in the Premier League. Mane. Dawson. And they've just lost their way, a little understandably, I suppose, Hull City. But you also go back to that corner, and it was a needless one. Hughes had the ball, he gave it away. And actually, he's the player being substituted here to make way for Bernard Mendy.
That's amazing, actually. You know, you look at Manchester United and how good they are in open play, but actually, you know, 3 of the goals have come from 2 set pieces, and one occasion where Hull really should have kept the ball better, gave it away cheaply, and got caught out on the counter-attack.
Rooney. Berbatov. He's just getting ready to release it to Rooney, but that was solid defending by Dawson. Stuck to his task and got his reward.
You fear the worst, don't you, for Phil Brown's side now? They really do need to stick together. It's almost you try and go for a damage limitation exercise and understand the introduction of Mendy, just to probably try and shore up that side of the field. Brian Hughes hasn't played too much football this season. Mendy is a more natural defensive-minded thinking player.
Anderson. Marlon King. And Dean Marney. Giovanni. Cousin. Good cross in by Daniel Cousin. And Giovanni might have made a better fist of it at the near post.
It's a great ball. But look at them now, they're getting very ragged. You know, Berbatov has a better first touch there. You can see Hull City are all over the place. They need better protection, the back four.
Overstating it that they're missing Ian Ashby, and that's the reason they've gone ragged, but this is where he can keep them together. Their captain, who's out suspended today.
Well, he just sits in front of the two centre-backs in particular and just keeps it nice and easy, but you know, keeps people compact around him. I just think they've lost their shape at the moment.
Rooney, what a good run from him. It's Wayne Rooney.
Well, again, his first touch wasn't there. It's a searching ball, wasn't it? Turner had all sorts of problems dealing with the run from Wayne Rooney. It hasn't quite been his day.
Neville. Still you feel being eased back into regular first-team football after those 18 months without any at all. Here's Wayne Rooney now. Ronaldo chases it down, but Hull City come away with it. Mendy. Injection of pace by the former Bolton man. It's good work by Mendy.
Yeah, he did very well there. Not too many options really, so he's won himself a corner kick. Just trudging forward now. The defenders have had such a difficult afternoon. The likes of Turner and Zayati. Chance for them to get up the other end.
Hull City's first corner of the afternoon, I make it. We've played over an hour. Dawson was the provider from a set piece, though, for their equalising goal in the first half. He will provide here. Turner.
It wasn't the best of throws, was it, from Edwin van der Sar? Just needed to be a little bit flatter. You see again how quickly Manchester United were looking to break.
Zayati.
I think it's probably Marlon King's last bit of action. I wondered actually coming into this game whether Phil Brown might go with five in midfield and only one up top. I mean, the two front players, King and Cousin, do work incredibly hard for their team, and it was a bold move to go with two out-and-out strikers. And I think that now with the introduction of Halmosi, Giovanni will probably just try and play in that little hole behind Cousin.
Halmosi, the summer acquisition from Plymouth, and Carlos Tevez comes on to replace Nani. So as Hull try to shore things up, so Manchester United go Rooney, Berbatov, Tevez all across the front, with Ronaldo of course as well.
No problems then.
Easy-ozy to see out these last 27 minutes or so. Good and tight to Ronaldo there, McShane. But only temporary respite. Tevez making the run in behind, but offside.
They'll do plenty of that, Carlos Tevez. A real work ethic. An opportunity for him to have a run out. But, well, this was the opportunity that you really did fancy Cristiano Ronaldo to get his hat-trick. Zayati recovered well, but Ronaldo gave him every opportunity to get back and cover.
When you think about all the times that Cristiano Ronaldo scores more than one goal, and he scored twice 10 times last season, only went on to score a hat-trick once. Here's Mendy now for Hull. Scored 2 goals within half an hour here, of course, against West Ham on Wednesday. 2 goals in the first half here. He's had a couple of really good chances in the second half, but as yet He remains on 2 for the afternoon. Just one away from that century for Manchester United. Dawson wanted to play it back, but Tevez made him think twice about it. Mane. Hamosi.
Ambitious from Mane. He's tried to get Mendy in the game on that right-hand side. It's found it difficult this afternoon, Dean Mane, as a lot of these Hull City players have done. I think hopefully they can learn a lot of key lessons. One of the biggest is to keep possession better than what they have done at times. Looked very edgy, very nervous. Because when you give the ball away, you have to wait a while before you get it back when you play against the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea and Arsenal.
All of which they've done in the last month. Kuzan. Uncharacteristic bit of generosity by Rio Ferdinand, but Vidic on hand to halt any Hull ambitions of getting anything more from that attack. Neville. Rooney comes short. Mane to Giovanni. Now Mendy. And Shane with the overlapping run from fullback. Mendy trying to slide it through.
It's all very comfortable, isn't it, for Manchester United? Game coming up midweek, of course, against Celtic, and then an even bigger game next weekend at the Emirates Stadium. There's a little bit of feeling, isn't there, between Arsenal and Manchester United. So Sir Alex Ferguson very, very close now to getting everybody fit.
A lot of them coming towards top form as well. Mane. Here's Giovanni. Closed by Evra. It's an awkward situation, isn't it, that Hull find themselves in here. Still an awful lot of football to be played. And Manchester United on the attack again. Carlos Tevez.
Well, he had a little look to his right-hand side, Tevez, thinking that Wayne Rooney might be there. And once he realised he wasn't, he decided to take the shot on himself. But it's so difficult, I think, for these Hull City players. They know the game has beyond them. They're just trying now to just see out what's left and make sure that they don't concede any more goals.
We're inside the last quarter of the match now. 3 Manchester United goals in the first half effectively did the job. 2 of them from Cristiano Ronaldo, 1 from Carrick. Kuzan's equaliser seems an awful long time ago now for Hull City. They were level after going behind. Here's Mendy. Van der Sar's come out. And what an awesome goal line clearance that was.
The assistant's given it, I think. I think the assistant is flagging that that ball went over the line before Vidic managed to clear it. Well, Mendy's looked a handful since he's come on, over on that right-hand side. I thought that he was really, primarily probably put on there just to make sure that Hull City keep their shape and try not to get run ragged, but he's actually done very well when he's got forward. Evers is the player that's trying to head the ball back to his goalkeeper. Now, has this gone over the line? Most definitely. That's a good decision by the assistant. And good play by Mendy. You know, it takes an awful lot of quality and composure there to be able to lift that ball over Van der Sar and get it on its way towards goal.
John Stokes, the assistant on the far side, who decided that it was over the line. Here comes Carrick looking for a second, brought down right on the edge of the penalty area.
Well, this will be interesting because hasn't Turner been booked already?
He has.
Well, I'll tell you what, The referee, by the letter of the law, probably should give him a second yellow, but it looks as if he's going to be let off, and that's a big reprieve for the centre-back. Well, he knows what he's doing there. It's certainly contact made on the edge of the box. He's got a bad cut there as well, Michael Turner.
Well, he has been done a big favour there, no doubt about it.
That's a terrific strike from Mendy. You can see there the ball clearly goes over the line, no need for any technology. And the naked eye from the assistant that far side, got it absolutely spot on.
Well, they've done what no other side has done this season at Old Trafford, and that is score 2 goals. But Manchester United with a perfect situation with which to restore their 3-goal cushion here.
The referee's going to have to work hard to get these Hull City players forward. Backwards rather, a yard or two more. I'm not sure how much Boaz Mael can see of the ball.
And Cristiano Ronaldo, the overwhelming favourite to hit this one. Rooney stands to his left, because they have other ideas. Anderson takes it though, never scored for Manchester United, and that's not going to change here.
I think everybody was expecting Cristiano Ronaldo to step up and take it. Well, Vidic worked really, really hard to try and recover the situation. But City will be delighted to get a second goal, although it's not going to get them back into the game.
And it was acrobatic, but it was over the line from Nemanja Vidic, and things don't really get much better for Hull City. Michael Carrick with valuable afternoon's work, a goal and more football in his legs. And comes Ryan Giggs.
Certainly going to need a comeback of Tottenham Hotspur proportions for Hull City.
Tevez. Giovanni goes for goal himself.
This is a good chance as well, Giovanni. Not only has he got the strike on, he's got a couple of other options that he could have just played in. Kuzan one side of him, Mendy on the other.
And he was blocked off as he went to go forward there, Ever, and that's why it's been pulled back.
You can have another view of it. You see the assistant over on the far side. He gets himself very, very close to that corner flag as Nemanja Vidic goes to clear it. I think Mendy was pretty sure straight away, and so was the assistant.
Ryan Giggs trying to slide it in towards Anderson.
He just checked his run, didn't he, Anderson? Clever play from Giggs.
Nice disguise to the pass played by Ryan Giggs. Here's Vidic. Now McShane. Kuzan. Rooney back there, snapping at his heels. And he was looking for that, and he got it, Daniel Kuzan.
He needs to just calm down a little bit, Wayne Rooney. I can understand why he's frustrated, because he thinks Kuzan just clipped his heels. Just trailing leg that catches Kuzan.
So another free kick for Hull City. Marnie and Dawson stand over it. They have Kuzan and Mendy, the 2 goal scorers for Hull. Zayati and Turner come forward. Spotted by Dawson. Vidic gets it clear, now Rooney.
There's one thing about Wayne Rooney. You know, his touch might not have been as the quality that you would expect, but he really does put in a shift for the side. You know, there's no sulking. There's no getting upset about himself or the game. It's about hard work, it's about graft.
complaints from any Manchester United players that it had been cleared, which was always a telling sign as well.
Yeah, I think players can tell you whether it's situations like that or penalties. We always look to the majority of players, and I think that those Manchester United players, the likes of Vidic and Ferdinand, felt that it was over the line.
Tevez, Cristiano Ronaldo, he can control it. Rooney, what can he do? Denied by Boaz Mail.
Well, he strikes it cleanly enough, doesn't he, Wayne Rooney? Terrific save, because that one was travelling off the right boot of Wayne Rooney. Well, that's a couple of saves that Myhill has made in this second half, which have been important saves for his side. It's a little flick there from Cristiano Ronaldo, really did let fly.
Anderson. Giggs. Anderson. Effectively held off the attentions of three Hull players there. Giggs, Berbatov. Still Dimitar Berbatov. This time he couldn't keep it in, unlike on Wednesday night.
Oh, great shape. Just needed to release it a little bit earlier, but clever footwork.
Cristiano Ronaldo tearing back to make up the ground to prevent any Hull hopes of a quick attack.
Well, they're still having a go. To be fair, Phil Brown's side, I don't think they've given up this.
Still seems a long way away, but if they can get another, might just make things a little interesting. On the side of the equation, of course, they've got to blunt the Manchester United attack. Giovanni couldn't get the glance he was looking for. Rooney's touch wayward. Boateng. Hull still have it inside the Manchester United half with McShane. Given away by Boateng to Tevez. Rooney screaming for it on the left. Dimitar Berbatov finds Wayne Rooney. And he just can't finish it off.
Well, I think this sums up his afternoon. He should have had the ball much earlier from Berbatov. He just gets it caught under his feet. And in the end, they just about get it to safety. You see Tevez makes a brilliant run. Just look at the space, and Rooney's crying out for it. He wanted playing earlier, and McShane gets back, and between him and the goalkeeper, they just about keep it out.
Giggs will deliver this one. Turner away. Rio Ferdinand. 4 still in the box for Manchester United. Ferdinand, that's a touch by Vidic. And Dawson, that should be another corner. Giggs. Boateng away, Rooney with the volley. Might have been going close, you know.
Why not? Don't complicate things. Well, that's exactly the reason why they put him where they do from corner kicks, because they know Wayne Rooney's got the capability of doing something like that on the edge of the box.
Curling away this time from Ryan Giggs. Al-Mosi. Dawson busting a gap to get forward to give Hull City more attacking options. Al-Mosi.
It's not a bad strike, is it? Giovanni just looking to pick up the pieces.
Rooney. And it's a wonderful ball to find Dimitar Berbatov. Tevez in the middle, makes the run.
Good defending. Really good defending from Zayati. Well, Wayne Rooney has been way short of his best, but that's the ball of the game. In behind the left back. You can see Berbatov just looking and waiting for Tevez to make his run. I thought actually that the final touch came off Tevez. Looked as if it came off Zayati, but they've got a corner, Manchester United. Already scored one from this side of the field.
Neville. Back to Giggs. I'll find Mendy. He's made a bit of a difference. Got himself the goal as well, and closing in, trying to get beyond Rio Ferdinand.
Going to give it. He's going to give
him the penalty.
Yeah. Once again, terrific play from Mendy. He really has made the difference to this Hull City side. And that's a cheap goal for Manchester United to give away, because they've got a corner at one end of the field, and they probably should have kept it, but it looks to me as if there's a coming together of feet here. Rio Ferdinand just puts his left arm across Mendy, and they just get into an almighty tangle. But to be fair to the referee, he gets himself into the perfect position to give it. Well, surely not. Surely they're not going to get back into this game, Hull City.
Well, we're inside the last 10 minutes. Manchester United 4, Hull City 2. Mike Dean has given Hull City a penalty in front of the Stretford end. Giovanni, who has this fantastic record of scoring against Manchester United, against Edwin van der Sar, who has this great record of saving penalties. Giovanni, well, there's no saving that one. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, the surprise is still on for Hull. Manchester United 4, Hull City 3.
This is going to be a very interesting final period. Now, to be fair to Hull City, even when they got themselves at 4-1, they weren't giving up. Mendy comes on, gets them a goal, and every time they've had the opportunity to get forward, they've gone at Manchester United. And now they have got themselves into a real chance of getting something out of a game that looked absolutely dead and buried.
Well, you mentioned that game at the Emirates Stadium on Wednesday night. Manchester United 4-1 up at one point, so even more of an advantage than Arsenal ever had, but hardly staring down the barrel. But it's possible, it's there for Hull City.
Well, he can't believe it. His side have conceded 3 goals. I mean, what, have they only conceded 1 goal at Old Trafford so far this season, and they shipped in 3 today. It's a bad clash of heads.
Neville is down. Halmosi looks to have come off slightly better of a bad incident. Neville picks himself up. And here's the Hungarian Halmosi, who will get some treatment.
Well, I think that's why the Premier League is where it is. In terms of global football, in terms of the level that is played week in, week out. You never know. We saw it at the Emirates during the week, and we're seeing it here potentially at Old Trafford, and those fans can't believe their side have scored 3 goals away from home against Manchester United.
Now that is what you call a contested drop ball. Frustration for Rooney, yellow card for Rooney.
To really calm himself down. A difficult afternoon for him. Well, that tackle is a poor one, and that's not great neither. He could have probably got yellow carded for the first one there against Boateng, because he doesn't get anywhere near the ball, and that one is wild and rash. He just needs to steady himself down.
Manchester United find themselves in a situation that at 4-1 up, surely they couldn't have contemplated. Ronaldo. Down he goes, no free kick given. Berbatov. Tevez. Here's Anderson. Challenges fly in, won't come to Wayne Rooney. Here come Hull City. They seek Kuzan, away by Vidic.
What a game this is. What a game. Oh, that's just stupidity by Mendy. It really is, in the nature of what's gone on in the last 5 or 10 minutes. To tell you what, he's a lucky boy, because it looks as if both feet are off the ground there as he goes to tackle Evra. He's just got a yellow card, and the referee now has had a fairly comfortable game to deal with. He's now got to be very careful, because there's 1 or 2 just very close to perhaps seeing red.
Zayati, Halmosi. And Tevez has caught the bug as well.
Well, it's another easy one for the referee. I mean, this game showed no signs of boiling over for probably the best part of 75-80 minutes, and all of a sudden players are going around getting themselves yellow carded.
Hull City have come to Old Trafford and they have rattled the champions' cage. They may end up empty-handed. Time against them inside the last 5 minutes. They're making another change, bringing on Caleb Folan, who'll certainly provide an extra attacking element for them.
Well, it gives them a little bit more height, gives them a little bit more attacking presence. And, well, I'm going to sacrifice the skipper, central midfield player. There's probably every reason to do that because they've got no alternative but to just get bodies into the final third.
They have nothing to lose now after all. On comes Caleb Folan. Mile. Away by Vidic.
Well, even if they lose this game, Hull City, they'll have taken a massive amount of credit from the game. And there'll be a big lift for these players. I think in terms of their belief for the rest of the season, Bill, you can come to the likes of Old Trafford and get 3 goals. Incredible achievement. I used to say they couldn't get another.
Giovanni. Mendy. Just couldn't keep it in. Manchester United change, you'll see Anderson replaced by John O'Shea.
Replaced number 8, Anderson, number 22, John O'Shea.
It'll be very interesting hearing what Sir Alex Ferguson has to say after this one. He warned his players on Wednesday about complacency. Are they guilty of that, or is it just Hull City surprising them a little bit?
I think there's an expectation probably for the fans, the players, that, you know, they're going to play against a side like Hull City who got promoted, who might have done well this season, but off the back of a big defeat against Chelsea during the week, then, you know, really it would be all about how many goals Manchester United scored, and probably after 5 minutes you thought maybe the same, but, you know, full credit to Hull City, shown a lot of guts and character.
Ronaldo. Berbatov. And a 3-1 down at half-time. Early on in the second half, we asked the question as to exactly what Hull City could take from this game. I don't think in Phil Brown's wildest expectations he could have hoped for such a contest to be brought on in the second half.
I think the one thing you'll feel is, you know, sometimes it's understandable. You know, players that come to Old Trafford, you can be a little bit intimidated in terms of the surroundings, the players that you're playing against.
Rooney, he thought about it. Folan. Giovanni. Inside the last minute of the 90. Hull City on the attack. Dawson. Marnie. McShane is in now, wins the header. Caleb Folan glanced on. Ferdinand, Giggs' touch, and Ronaldo gets it out of there. Something Manchester United needed to do.
Just look how many bodies the Hull City got forward there. They really are flat out trying to get an equaliser. That's a brave performance from Phil Brown's side.
Giggs. Berbatov for Ryan Giggs. Cut out before it could find its way to Carlos Tevez.
The referee has indicated a minimum.
Here we are then, 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes that will be greeted in the away section a little more enthusiastically than the home at the moment. Rooney controlled fairly. Phil Brown felt he used his arm. Cut out by Giovanni. They're giving absolutely everything here, Hull. Dawson. Mendy gets in there ahead of Rio Ferdinand. Vidic comes across. Well, it's a Hull player there first. It's Dawson. Looks to set up McShane. Back comes Cristiano Ronaldo. It's all hands on deck for Manchester United to clear their lines. O'Shea. Rooney. O'Shea.
Just quite happy to throw the ball into the corners, Manchester United, to keep the ball down this end of the field. There might be one or two harsh words said in that Manchester United dressing room at full time. And even if they do hang on and get the 3 points.
Berbatov. Carlos Tevez. Still Tevez for Ryan Giggs. Saved by Mile. Now Berbatov.
Looked very close, didn't it, from Berbatov? It's been a while since Manchester United managed to carve out an opportunity. Giggs' initial strike was well saved from Myhill. Let's see what Berbatov was trying to do, just curl a ball inside that post. Hull City come again.
Kuzan. Rooney happy just to lump it forward in the direction of Carlos Tevez.
It's a great ball.
Yes, it was, I was going to say, it turned out very nicely.
Well, as I say, he might not have been his best, but he's probably played the two best balls all the afternoon, Wayne Rooney. The Phil Brown side have proved to him yet again they've got guts, they've got spirit, they've got determination. I'll tell you what, they've shown, particularly in this second half, there's some quality there as well.
I said at the start of the game, the trip to Old Trafford, announcing that Hull City have arrived on the Premier League stage. Well, the way they've performed, particularly in the second half, to come back from the dead, really, and to make a contest of it, well, it shows they have really arrived in the Premier League. 2 games against last season's top 2 in Europe in the space of a week. They will get nothing from them. 2 defeats, but they will take an awful lot from this one, I'm sure. Well, what an afternoon for Hull City. It ends in defeat, but it ends at the same time in a glorious defeat. At 4-1 down, they shouldn't have been able to ask questions of Manchester United, but they did. 2 goals from Cristiano Ronaldo, Carrick and Vidic on target as well for the champions. Daniel Kuzan's first half equaliser. But Bernard Mendy chipping it over Edwin van der Sar at 4-2 gave Hull City a lifeline, and then a Giovanni penalty made it very nervous for the champions on their home turf. But it is Manchester United who get 3 points and just beat Hull City by 4 goals to 3. 7 goals at Old Trafford. This one from Cristiano Ronaldo just before half-time to make it 3-1. And when Nemanja Vidic slotted home from a corner kick early on in the second half, it looked like Manchester United's game, but Mendy's lob over the top of Edwin van der Sar gave Hull a lifeline. Their penalty from Giovanni made it very interesting, but Manchester United held on 4-3.